Well, before the war, I first started at a Manchester shop, and was only there for about 7 weeks, and they closed up. And then I was out of work for 1 day, and I got on with a job at Duncan Thompson's, delivery boy. Then I got into the repairing department, like restringing rackets and fixing cricket bats and wood shaft golf sticks, because there was no stainless steel shaft golf sticks then. And I was a repairer until about 1940. When the war started, all the sporting just went. Well, I never got put off, I just made redundant. 3 months after that, I got called up.
How did you feel about being called up? Did you want to volunteer before that, or what were you
I didn't like it, but I don't regret it now, because we made more friends than enemies. It was really good. My first camp was at the Woomba Showgrounds in an old horse store with 2 mates. One was Charlie Day, that was a horse store 179, living on sawdust, sleeping on sawdust in a pallet house and a couple of blankets. I went into the army, and they said, "What do you want to go as?" And I said, "A cook." I said, "I can burn water." "Oh, can you?" they said. And one day the old sergeant major sang out, "Private Olsen, yes sir, report to the cookhouse." I went up there, and I was in the kitchen, just roused about more or less for about a fortnight. There was a school coming up, cooking school coming up, and I went to that, and I said, "How would you like to go to Chermside for a cooking school?" And I went down there to the cooking school, and I passed, and I got 2 stripes, a corporal. There's another school come up, and I got a sergeant. I was a sergeant cook right through. B company then.
Why did you want to be a cook? Had you done any cooking before?
No. The brother, he was a work caterer, and he got me into it, told me to go for a cook.
So you didn't want to be in the front line then?
Well, we were in the front line. Oh, my word. A lot of people think cooks was way behind, but they weren't. They were in the front line, too. We lost a few of them. But that was when we went to New Guinea to Millen Bay.
Now, that was your first overseas...
That was the first
action, yeah.
First action, yeah.
With the 25th Battalion?
25th Battalion, yeah. Well, actually, I was in the advance party, and we were over there about a fortnight or 3 weeks before the rest of the battalion came. We went over in the old HMS Tasman. There's a Dutch ship with a Javanese crew.
And so tell me about your experiences at Milne Bay.
Well, when we first got there, we were coming into the bay at 10 o'clock. I reckon there's a recce plane just flew over before us. There was no jetty or anything there, and we had a few engineers on the boat, and they were making pontoons out of hardwood and 44-gallon drums, so we put them over the side. So we landed down the rope ladders and landed on them to get off. So we went then into the jungle. No good roads or anything like that, just a few tracks, wet as hell. Conditions were very, very rough and poor. All we had was a fly, 10 flies. And that used to cook under that. And sometimes where we went, there was nothing like that. We just had to cook out in the oven with the best we could. We had 12-gallon coppers, like the old used to do the washing in, and fresh dishes and all that, and a couple of tables and a few knives and spoons and that. And the rations weren't so hot. We just had to do the best we could with them.
How many people were you cooking for?
About 130. 4 cooks to a company. They used to get Miss Orderlies, and they used to wash the dishes and the dixies and all that.
Every fellow I've spoken to who's been in the war, no matter where they've been stationed, has always complained about the food and talked about how they lived on bully beef and dog biscuits and maybe some baked beans.
Baked beans were good. Easy meal. The meals are all bully beef and biscuits, and the biscuits, they were that hard, boy, you wouldn't eat them and that, but wood was very scarce, and you get a surplus supply of the dog biscuits, and we used to use them for firewood. They made good coals. Dehydrated mutton used to come in a 44-gallon drum. It was all sealed, and you take the seal off, and you get an axe to knock the lid off and stand back for the smell. Leave it for a while, a couple of hours for the smell to go out. Egg powder, you have to soak that overnight and rinse it out and then put more clean water over it, cook that in the morning. Oh, I used to make good meals.
What sort of things were on the menu?
Well, there was bully beef, and we used to make fritters out of them. And then there was bacon, tin bacon. The old saying, if they said there's another 14 more soldiers in, well, put another bucket of water in the stew. Oh, I used to get a few of the boys that grumbled and that about the meal and that, but you couldn't do much about it. There's a lot of them reckon that that tucker was good. And
So tell me about being on the front line.
it wasn't all very good. Brings back too many memories. You didn't get much shut-eye. You just had to do the best and stay with the troops.
And did you have a gun to defend yourself?
Yeah, we had our rifles in 10 rounds, and the bayonet, if necessary, but we never ever used the bayonet. Although there was one bayonet charge over there, but B Company, but I wasn't in that. 303, it was there if you wanted it. We had to take that everywhere we were. When we was over at Bougainville, we were down forward from A Company perimeter, and there's the cooks there and that, and we were preparing the meal, and I could hear these chaps coming. We had to get out, we couldn't stay there. The cooks retreated back to A Company.
And did you manage to get your pots and things and take them with you, or you just ran for it?
Well, no, I couldn't take them with us. We just got out with our rifle and 10 rounds and the clothes we stood in. We never even had time to put bayonets in the tin stuff there, so it'd go off. That's the first time. Then when the tanks come in, the old Matildas, and there was a Jap sniper up one of the coconut trees, and he was on us. We directed Captain McGuinness, and he ordered this tank up onto the coconut tree where this sniper was, sitting up the top, and bang, bang, and next thing down he went, and we got rid of him, that sniper. So after we got out of that, well, we went back to Slater's Knoll then. We was only there a couple of days when the Japs come in one morning. Over 200 dead. Japs are lying on the barbed wire and everything. There's a sight not to. Couldn't forget it. Well, Millen Bay was the sloppiest, like it was wet nearly every day in that. Well, Bougainville there was a bit of dry weather there. But between the mosquitoes and that at Bougainville, fireflies, you'd see them at night flying around, and some say, "Is that you, Jack?" No answer, was a firefly. Thought it was a Jack with a cigarette.
Milne Bay, you can feel proud that that was the fight that stopped the Japanese.
Yeah.
But how did you feel about Bougainville?
Should never have been, mainly, I don't reckon, Bougainville. Should have been just a couple of bombs, but then you've got to think of all the natives and that on there too that could have been wiped out. But still, it's over now, and you try to forget. Sometimes, well, I never talk about it, to be quite honest. Brings back too many memories.
But you still get together with all your old mates?
Yeah, well, every fortnight on Woolcheck Day, we call it, on pension days. There used to be about 24 to 26 of us gather together and go out to different hotels and have a few beers and a lunch and a game of pool and a bit of a powwow. And now, I think there's only about 4 of the old originals left, 4 or 5 of the old originals left. All faded away. About 14 of us now go. Some of them, the relatives are the ones that's passed on. They come with us to make up the number and have a good time. But we never talk about what we done and what we should have done. It's just how we go and all that there and everyday life. Never get under the influence. We all know when we've had enough.
But it's just all about having a good laugh. And
a good laugh and a talk and that. And the game of pool. Boys, they don't go where there's no pool table.
How did you feel when you knew it was all over?
Oh, we were happy. We were happy when it was all over. When the armistices were signed, I finished up from Bougainville. There was a few of the cooks and that went down to Faroe Island, where the cooking for the troops and that used to look after the Japanese POWs over on another island. When that was all over, we came home. I got discharged in on the 24th of April 1946 when I bought that watch when I came home.
And you still got it?
Still got it. Offers election as the Rolls Royce of watches, I reckon. It's a good one. So you walk down the street, nobody will want to know you. They just look at you and say, "Oh, who the hell are you?" So we was away for 6 years. You go into a hotel or something for a drink and everybody will be looking at you and say, "Who the hell are you?" They're all just like strangers. Then they got used to us and then, you was right then. When we got out the army, well, it was all on ration tickets then too. Had ration tickets for petrol, ration tickets for butter, ration tickets for tea, and different other groceries. There's ration tickets. People wouldn't know about that now. Tobacco, you had to have ration tickets to get your tobacco.
What work did you start up? Did you start cooking at all?
No, we started a fruit shop, Beatcross Brothers. We was there for a long time, and then my brother-in-law and I, we decided to start up by ourselves. And then we took over the service station with bowsers and that. There was about 9 bowsers there. Started on push bikes after the brother-in-law left me. Started on push bikes. It was known as Olsen cycles.
And so now, when did you get married?
57 years ago.
I was working next door to Kevin's mother and
father up here in Perth Street.
So has Kevin done all the cooking in the household?
Oh, not really.
How many children have you got?
5. 4 boys and a girl.
And how many grandchildren?
7.
Any great-grandchildren?
1.
And now, why did you become president of the RSL?
Oh, I got roped into it.
Yeah. And how long were you president for?
I was there for a couple of years, president.
How do you feel about the war when you look back on it all? Do you think it impacted on your life a lot?
Well, we can't do much about it. We were there. I didn't want to go in at first, but we get caught up and you just have to go. And I don't regret it. Just say we made more friends. Nearly everybody knew everybody in the battalion. If you was in camp or down the street and you got into somebody picked on you, just sing out 25th Battalion and swarm around you. We were saved. No, it was a good battalion. Yeah, well, OC over here, he was a lay preacher in a Methodist church, I think it was. And, you know, the old 10 Commandments, there shall not kill. And he rode on parade there one morning at Toowoomba camp there, and he's given us a lecture. And he said, I know it's thou shalt not kill, but in the army, he said, it's kill or be killed. Which was right too. Kill or be killed. Good life, I don't regret it. Yeah, hard times and good times. What I've got, I've worked hard for.